Today, we're going to be doing a compression test on this 2018 Kia Forte. We're going to start by removing the engine cover. Next, we're going to be removing all 4 of the coil packs.
So for these coil packs, they are clip locks. You gotta pull it up first, and then you can pop it out. We're just gonna do that for all 4. So we got all the coil packs out. Now we're gonna disconnect all the fuel injectors, like that. So we got all the 10s out. Now we'll just wiggle these bad boys and pull them right out. And I'm gonna match them to the place they came out. I'll just leave them right here above so that they can go back into the same ones. Nice rods there.
Oh yeah. They're hot rods. Hot rods. And then we're gonna get our spark plugs out. 5/8 spark plug socket with the rubber inside so it grabs it nicely. We're just gonna go in there real gently. Get these bad boys out. Alright, so the guy she tells you not to worry about. Alright, so we got all the spark plugs out right here, and as you can see, they were in need of a change, which is why we bought new ones, even though that's not, like, we're not just doing spark plugs. But if you're going to do a compression test and it's time to do your spark plugs, you might as well just change them because you're taking them out. So yeah, they don't look too bad or anything. None of them are broken. They've all definitely been firing, and there was not, like, there's some oil on the threads, but nothing excessive. I'm gonna look down into the cylinder hole and see what's going on in there. Yeah, that one's got a little mosquito in my ear. That one's got a little, like, burnt oil on the side or something right there. See if we can get that out. Oh yeah, they all kind of have some burnt oil in there a little. Definitely. So we got our guy ready for this car. It's an M12 fitting for your compression kit, and we're gonna test starting with this guy. We're actually gonna disconnect it and screw it in first. So now we're gonna go in the car and crank it up and see what we get on here. All right. Do it one more time. All right, stop. All right, so this one is at 190, it looks like. We're gonna hold that for like 5 minutes and see. And that's cylinder 1. So we held the pressure for 5 minutes and it went down just slightly. So we're gonna release the pressure on this cylinder and then unscrew it and move on to the next one. Going for cylinder 2. Also, side note, those adapters you put on the end of those hoses, you need to make sure you tighten them really good, or else they're gonna stay in your cylinder hole when you take the hose out, and you're gonna wonder what's going on. And then you're gonna find out what's going on, and then you're gonna freak out about how to get it out because you can't get any leverage on this rubber hose. And then you're gonna realize that if you got this kit, it comes with one of these suckers, which is just another tool. It's not made for what I used it for, but it works because you can get leverage on a piece of metal. And that's the story. So yeah, now we're gonna pop the fitting from here, quick fitting, onto the end of here. Just pull this guy back, like the foreskin of an appendage on a certain gender of humans' bodies.
another species as well, and then we're all hooked up. Now,
I didn't tighten it that much, by the way.
Okay, yeah,
If you feel
no,
like you should.
no, as long as it's like good like that, yeah, you're good. We'll hear if it's not tight
So I
enough.
wanted to have the same thing happen again.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our adapter. And then we're gonna crank it up until it stops and see what compression this cylinder's on. All right, keep going. All right, a couple more. That's good, that's good, that's good. Yeah. All right, so this one's at just over 180. So we'll call this one 180. And now we're gonna hold this one for 5 minutes and see if we lose any pressure on it. So it's already settled down to about 180, which the other cylinder settled down from 190 to like 185. So that's normal so far. This one has held to just below 180 where it settled at, and we're gonna release the pressure on it and move to the next one. Keep going. One more time. All right. Yep. So we got 180 on this one as well. It was just above 180. It probably could have kept going, but I saw the needle was already stopping, so I was like, there's no need to put the extra wear on your starter, because when you're doing this, your starter can get really hot, so you want to let it cool down in between each one. And yeah, we're at 180. I expect it to settle again, probably just below 180 as the other one did. And now we're gonna wait 5 minutes and see where it's at. We're only waiting 5 on these because we're gonna do this test again before we do the major repairs that we're gonna do, as long as everything checks out here. We just wanted to get a general idea of the health of the engine before ordering any parts. So the third cylinder has held nicely. We're gonna release that and move on to the fourth. All right, last but not least, let's see where you're at, buddy. Don't fail us now. Crank her up. A couple more. All right, we're at 180. Let's stop there and hold it. So fourth cylinder, how we looking?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So we're gonna release the pressure. Take that guy out. We got new spark plugs because these bad boys are all burnt up. And we'll pop those boys in. These are still the OG ones too, straight from the factory. And then we'll put the coils back in, plug them in, plug the fuel back in, and make sure she fires. So we got our new spark plugs for this bad boy, and we checked the gaps on them already. I'm trying to see which ones these are. Oh, so they're 93175s for the 2018 Forte. Yeah, we checked the gaps on them, which is 0.044, and they're good. And we're just gonna tighten them a third turn past hand tight, because the torque spec is a big range between 10 and 18 foot-pounds, and we don't wanna risk stripping them or anything. So that's all we're gonna do. We got all the spark plugs in there, tightened up hand tight, then plus a third. Now we're gonna put these coils back down in, just like so. And we kept them all with their corresponding cylinders right above them, so we don't need to worry about things getting wonky or weird, or oh, this one is in this cylinder, now this other cylinder's acting weird because it had a bad coil pack and it switched it and I didn't know. And now we're gonna get the screws and tighten those 10s back up, plug them in, do the same with the fuel, then we'll start it up, make sure she goes. Guy doesn't want to go in.
Maybe twist it the other way?
No, they're only one way.
No, I mean like this.
Oh. Oh, it's for this fuel injector, the inside of the connector actually stayed in when I disconnected it. You can see the one on the right is green on the inside and the one on the left just has 2 pins. That's why it was so difficult to put back in. Oh, that was so smooth rolling until it wasn't. There we go.
There we go. Got it.
All right, and then we need to lock these bad boys down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're gonna put this back on. So we got all these, double check them clicked, double check them clicked. And that's all we disconnected, just those and those. Fuel and spark. So pop this bad boy back on. Just like that. And now we're gonna start her up.
Ready?
Yes, sir.